So I've been wanting to make this video for a while now, and it's a pretty funny video because in this I'm just going to talk about a few girls from my school, and I'm not bashing any girls that use Tumblr or Instagram at all in this video. I'm talking about these girls from my school that we call the Tumblr Girls. And they're ridiculous, okay guys? I'm going to do a little background. I'm going to give you guys some background knowledge on them right now. So, there's about 7 of these girls, and they legitimately call themselves the Tumblr Girls, and they basically, I think they're big on social media. I don't follow any of them right now, so I don't really know what follower count they have or anything like that. But all I know is that they are mean, cocky girls. Like, if you have an Instagram account with like over 1,000 followers, or you're just good looking to them, they will legitimately eat you alive. Like, they're mean-ass girls. And that's why I never really wanted to talk to them. They just seemed like really mean girls, and if you tried to be nice to them, they would just fucking shit on you. One of my good friends, by the way, dated one of them, and they were really good friends, and like, even after they broke up, I guess they stayed friends. Maybe she was the more reasonable one out of all of them. I don't know. But we were in the same music class. Me, my friend, and that girl that he dated. So in music class, sometimes we would have it first thing in the morning. And this was last year. So I would go in there every morning half dead with coffee in my hand because I just didn't feel good. And I don't sleep a lot during the school year. So I get in there and I'm sitting in music class. And there's this one girl in there, like I said, that my friend dated. And I sit next to my friend, and she doesn't sit too close to us, but the teacher actually assigned a project where we had to, like, make a song on the piano. So my friend got into a group with her, and he's like, hey, Austin, you want to be in our group? I was like, yeah, dude, fuck yeah. So I went to the group, and I'm sitting there half dead drinking my coffee because I was so tired, and I didn't get any sleep the night before. So I'm just sitting there kind of listening to them talk, and this girl's just talking mad shit about this other girl. And I asked her, I was like, hey, what are you talking about? And she's like, oh, that girl over there. And I looked over, I was like, oh, what's wrong with her? And she's like, she bots her followers on Instagram, she's a slut. And I was like, oh, okay. So I just kind of immediately stepped back and was like, alright, she's definitely kind of pissed off, so I'm not going to talk to her. So I'm sitting there drinking my coffee, and I just listened to the shit she was saying. Like, she was saying some brutal-ass stuff. She was like, oh, she's a fucking slut, she probably has AIDS, she fucking bots all her followers, she's a cunt. And I'm just like, holy shit, you are mean. I said that, I was like, wow, you're mean. She's like, I'm not mean, I'm just speaking truth. I was like, okay. So I kind of stepped back. I was like, fuck that. I'm just going to listen to, drink my coffee. This coffee's really good. I'm going to try to ignore her and just sip the wonderful coffee that I have. So that class ended, and the year continued to go by, and I was kind of acquaintances with a few of them, but I never really talked to any of them. I didn't follow any of them. At least I didn't think I did. And the year went on, and they continued to be the same fucking girls that they always were, just real cocky, mean girls. And throughout the whole year, they continued to talk shit about everyone. And then summer came along, and I get this DM on Instagram towards the beginning of the summer saying, hey, Austin, don't you go to my school? And I click on her profile, and it's like some random username that I've never even heard of before. And I look, and it's that girl from my music class. And I replied to her. I was like, yeah, it's me. How'd you find me? Because she DM'd me on my Luna Instagram, and I don't have any other Instagram. So I was like, how'd you find me? She's like, oh, I don't know. I heard it through a friend that you had this Instagram and that it was you. So I DM'd you. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, so what's up? She's like, I really need your help. And I replied, and I was like, what do you need my help with? Because, she seemed kind of mean when I first met her, so I didn't know why she would need my help. And she was like, my followers are going super inactive, and I need your help with something. And I replied again. I was like, okay, what do you need my help with? She's like, I will be willing to give you money. Like, I'll give you like $100 if you want, if you give me a shout out on Instagram. And I replied, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, weren't you just shit-talking some girl like months ago about how she bought followers or something? And she was like, yeah, but she's my friend. I love her. And I replied, I was like, really? Because you called her a slut. And she replied back, she was like, no, we're just friends. We all call each other that. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's not true. Like, you really were pissed at her. Like, you had some hatred in your voice when you said all that stuff about her. You called her a slut. You said that she bought her followers. And now you're doing the same thing. Don't you think that's kind of hypocritical? And she replied, and she was like, no, we're friends. Now, seriously, can you help me or not? I was like, I'm sorry, but I can't help you. Like, I don't take money for shout-outs. She was like, whatever, fine, be a dick. And then she blocked me on Instagram. She straight up blocked me. I thought it was so funny. And I was like, okay, well, whatever. And I blocked her back. I was like, fuck that. And then actually months later, she made a new Instagram recently and DM'd me saying sorry about it. But I thought it would just be funny to tell you guys this story about the Tumblr girls from my school. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like. Leave a like for Luna the Tuna. And I'll see you all later. Peace.